What's up, y'all? It's Spicy, the original AF, and I am back with another political spicy topic. Please help support me right now and hit the like button. Also, follow me on this new app called Fanbase. It's Spicy, the original AF, and it's the same for Blue Sky app. It's Spicy, the original AF. Also, Spice Tea Spill on Instagram. All pictures are the same, so you know which page is me. Subscribe and share. The world is going mad. It's a lot of corruption. Let me remind you that Trump, he did not inherit his presidency. As much as he wants to make it look like it, he is not a king. And here in the United States, we have a democracy. As many times as I hear people say, oh, Trump is a businessman, the country is a corporation, I need to remind y'all, we are not operation on an oligarch. We are a democracy. We have a government and we have orders that we have to adhere to. There's no one rich man hanging around with rich men that's supposed to dictate what you do and what you believe in, because that is not the government that we have. But he did have a lot of support. He had a lot of support. Majority of his voters was white women and men, and second to them, 77 to 80% Latino men, 39 to 40% Latina women, and roughly 18 to 20% black men, with like 7% of black women. Everybody else went for Kamala or just didn't vote. Everybody got their reasons too. I got my reasons as well. But let me tell you this. The Latina vote, they was the loudest and the boldest. We was dealing with the Latina community coming for blacks, saying that they don't identify with us. We always want them on our side. We always trying to be cool and down with them and telling us to get over it. Slavery been over, and that we are so negative. I have learned so much about the Latino community during this presidency, this whole campaign timing. It's shown me a lot about what most of them think. I've heard that their parents teach them not to marry black people, marry white. So another group, just like African born people, another group that are told to marry white, when white people could not be further from you. They don't want to marry you. They don't want to get down with interracial dating. And I'm not talking about those groups that we do get along with. There are some good people. There are some decent people that carry standards, have integrity. They are the ones I respect. But there's also a group that is sick. They have an illness, a real illness, and it's an obsession with minorities. Latinos was all for Trump. They was picketing for him. They was wanting it to be known. And I showed y'all on this channel a woman named Linda Catalina, who is from Florida, a Hispanic woman who made it very clear that she does not identify with us and that she don't have empathy for us. She don't even have empathy for the immigrants that are being deported as of now. Y'all, this woman is going viral because she is now calling for the black community of all communities. Why the black community? I don't know why everybody always want to look at us, look for us. They want to bang us down with a hammer. They want to verbally abuse, and then when things go bad for them, they want to blame us. Absolutely not. 100%. Kamala and Joe Biden, they let y'all up in this country. They gave y'all money. They gave y'all you could fly anywhere. You could take any transportation method to get where you needed to go and choose to go where you wanted to go, from what I'm hearing. They gave you a food stamp card. They gave you housing vouchers. That's the people you should have voted for. You should have voted for the hand that fed you. Instead, you didn't. You didn't vote for the one that fed you. You voted for the one that told you the entire time that he was going to deport you up out of here. So the one you need to be screaming at or talking to, or you know what I mean, referring to, it should not be us at all. You should take that anger to Trump and his followers, or you should take it to your own people, the Latino community, because y'all people, they went for Trump knowing that you was going to be deported. So that noise need to go to them. And some of these people still are okay and are in agreement with what Trump is doing. Y'all take a look at this woman who is calling on the black community to save her.
I'm amazed of how many people from the black community are telling me to go back to Mexico, telling Mexicans to go back to Mexico because we're illegal and it's a crime. It was also a crime when your ancestors went to Mexico, when they were escaping the white people and Mexico helped them. A lot of Mexicans got killed for that. They helped them. They help your people. We didn't oppress you guys. And this is how you guys pay us. In the past, black people needed Mexicans. Right now, Mexicans need you guys. And in the future, you never know, because things change. Sometimes, maybe the white people are gonna need us. Maybe the black people are gonna need us. You don't know, because God give us things. Give us blessings, but he can take them away so fast. So you need to be humble. You need to be humble.
Hello, can anybody hear me? Hello, ma'am. Listen, legitimately, we do not go in your comments and attack you unless there is a legitimate reason that we find. You voted against your interests and you did it boldly. Look at the sign in front of you. Look at the support in front of you. Mexican people, when I was growing up, have always been segregated by the Puerto Rico community. All the time I heard them coming from Mexico, calling them names, talking about their dirty. You need to address this anger with the Latina community, because they voted 77 to 80% Trump, and they wanted y'all deported. They was very vocal and bold about it. And even though ICE is infiltrating what looks unlawful, ICE is detaining people that are citizens, that are in the military. So yes, you are being racially profiled. Your anger should not be with us. It shouldn't. It should be to the ones that voted against their interests, like white people. It should be against the Latina people and whoever, even the little 18% of them, that black people that voted. But for the majority, you and your peoples voted for Trump, your people. So that anger should be directed there. There's other Latinas that want to share their grievances, and that is why I'm putting them on this platform to spread awareness. ICE is racially profiling them. I've heard there were people that are from other countries, Hispanic people, that are being beat up by white neighbors. Again, they always say that they're afraid of the immigrants, that the immigrants are criminals, they break laws, but you got those white people beating them up, violent. And you know what? The Hispanic guy said he called the police and they didn't do anything. They keep them out of the prisons though. They don't have the felons like they should, because they continue to escape the justice system. So no, we never was against you, but you have always been against us at the majority. Now, I want to bring more peace and unity, so I'm not going to harp on it too much, but I'm going to bring you the facts. Don't come over here with that. And if Mexican people help slaves, good. That's a good thing. They should have. They should have, because black people have always been for everybody. Everybody. But you purposely, as a Latina whole, did not want to go for Kamala because, one, she was a woman, and for two, she was black. You wasn't going to vote for her. You rather get deported up out of here. So Linda Catalina is another Hispanic woman. That's for Trump. Linda, I've shown her multiple times on my channel and will continue to. She definitely made it clear she don't care for black people, and she's going to tell you why. She can tell you why. She's entitled to. But at the same time, I see she's taking a picture with a black man, and I'm going to get on his tail too. Y'all take a look at this crap. Blacks are just mad that Latinos don't want to live in a low vibrational state of fear like they live in. They want all minorities to be stuck in the past like them, hate white people, and follow their lead, or else they turn on you. F that. That's why I've never been an ally. That is her experience. That is her perception. But to me, that is dogmatic. They just dismiss all of the 400 years of slavery, all of the post-slavery era of Jim Crow, all of the crack era, all of the economic infrastructure disaster to black people. All of the trauma that the generations to come will still have to pick up by the bootstraps as they want us to. And when we have these opportunities of civil rights, what do? They manipulate the world who don't want things for us anyway, but was willing to try them out and accept things. Some do, though. We have in this generation, I'm appreciative because we do have a lot of support and unity. People love each other. When I walk in my neighborhoods and go to the stores, it's a lot of love and care and support by all across races where I'm at. But when Trump is in office, I notice the paranoia comes back. But you cannot dismiss all the suffering and everything we go through. They demonize diversity, equity, and inclusion, calling Kamala a DEI hire, even though black people and white people and whoever, we all know that DEI did not benefit black people. We were the last on the freaking list of beneficiary. Very much the last, even though the reason DEI came about was due to our ancestors dying for and living the fight for freedom and equality. They die for it and everybody else benefits for it. That right there is a slash to us. That's another trauma. So for her to say that tells me her heart is hatred towards us and racist towards us. So explain to me, why are you doing this here, Linda? Not to fail to mention, the reason we have amendment number 14 is due to black people getting birthright citizenship because we were slaves. And that is and Trump can attest to it. He just said it, and he's right about that. Y'all live off of immigration amendment number 14, when really that goes for us. So again, you can thank us and stop talking this crap about low vibrational and that we're not your allies, baby. We've been nothing but your allies. We're the reason you've been here this long. Trump was right about that, though. Can we talk about that, though? But let's get into what Linda has to say. And Nelly, as you see here, Nelly not knowing what he's actually doing by going to perform for Trump for money. He set aside his values. This woman, I just read what she said about him. He's stuck in the past, low vibrational, and she was never his ally. And yes, she sits her stink ass in front of him, wanting to take a picture with him. And you just don't even know it, do you, Nelly? Do you, Snoop? This is what I'm talking about. I know that a lot of black men are more and more educated and woke to the BS, and they getting on track. When you wake up, you go to college, you get a degree, or you go finish school, you get off the streets, you go get you a business. That's what you do when you get woke. That's what you do. They're trying to demonize woke. I guarantee you, once everybody hates that word, they're going to be stealing it and using it. That's what they do. We're not going to let them know. But she taking a picture with a brother that she just said, that she condemned and said was low vibrational, and that she was never an ally. How you feel about her sitting with the man that took away your civil rights? Keep taking away your civil rights over money? Wow. So Latina women are now sharing their grievances about the racially profilation that they are experiencing by the same people who condemn the black community all the time and then act like we are what? Low vibrational.
I just spent the last 30 minutes crying as I read about all the mass deportations that are starting to occur.
At a U.S. Army airfield in El Paso, exclusive video obtained by CBS News shows shackled detainees boarding a military cargo plane, one of two C-17s to depart the southern border carrying migrants, and landing in Guatemala Friday morning.
Deportation's going very well. We're getting the bad, hard criminals out.
Yo, I'm literally here sitting crying, y'all. It's like so sad seeing people's family getting taken away, like just because they don't have papers. Like a baby can lose their dad just because they don't have papers. Like you can get deported back to your, like where you came from just because you don't have papers. Like that shit is so sad. The world is so, literally so fucked up. Like I don't know, like, it's so sad for people to go to stores. Like, you go to the stores and they're all empty because they're scared. Like, they're scared for their lives. Like, that shit is so sad and it's so wrong. Like, I've been crying since the fucking morning, y'all. Like, my For You page has me so sad. Like, that, I don't know how to explain this, y'all, but that shit is so sad. And if you know that your family does not have no type of papers, keep them inside. You go to the store for them, anything, because they're literally scared for their lives. And it's so sad because they can just show up to schools now. They can raid the schools and they can take any students. They can take anybody. Like, it's so fucking sad, dude. Like, I wish the world was not like this. It's so fucked up. Like, I don't even know how to explain the feeling. Like, me knowing that I have papers and everything, and me on my For You page seeing that people are getting, like, their family taken away from them is so sad. Or them texting them, like, can you go to the grocery store because I'm so, like, scared to go. That shit is sad as. But if you have family, do not put them in danger, girl. Keep them home. Keep them safe.
This whole 4 years is going to be very hard. And I am going to take any rebuke that comes my direction. Because I fail. Some of us fail. Fail hard. And screwed. But this woman have a nerve to point her finger and come out her mouth and even say black people, talking about we be in the comments telling her to go back to Mexico. Trust and believe, we don't just initiate that. Black people don't initiate that type of behavior. You would have had to antagonize or provoke. And one of the ways you provoked was when y'all was on the trail for Trump. We tried to tell you. We definitely tried to. And you just pushed us and shoved us away. You told us you didn't identify with us. As you saw, Linda Catalina made it very clear that we are not the same. They tried to make us look like we are such a black sheep of the community, like nobody like cares or we matter none. When at the end of the day, the civil rights happened because of our ancestors. Our people is powerful. Our people are strong. Our people are educated. Because of diversity, equity, and inclusion, funded was there to bridge the gap. That was proportioned for black people to be able to go to school in peace, have something to eat. Who can learn with an empty stomach? Some of y'all act like y'all never came from a struggling family. You dealt with some dysfunctional families too, where you grew up, where you may have dealt with domestic violence in your home, sleepless nights, poverty. But you still had a desire to go to school and learn, and that was your only place of peace. I know how that feels. I know how it feels to have to depend on adopt a family to have a Christmas and pretend so you can feel like everybody else that there was a Santa knowing it wasn't. I know how it feels to enjoy breakfast and lunch at school and enjoy the experience at school, to see different kids, to socialize with all kinds of kids. Some of my friends was Mexican. That's who I sat with at the lunch table. I knew 2 Brendas and both of them was Mexican. And they was my girls. So miss me. Miss me with that. When I go to school, when you go to school and you eating lunch and you eating breakfast, sometimes that's true. It's the only meal that you will really enjoy. Or it could be one of the only meals that you can enjoy. That's helping you to get ready, to give you the mental energy, the brain power to go and learn, sit in school and focus. So to demonize school lunch for that person, that fucker that said that kids should get a job at McDonald's when he himself probably didn't have a job at McDonald's. Who knew? Who knows? But for kids to have to telling them that they are sponging off of the government, making it again, demonizing everything about black, because y'all know DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, you know that you intended that to be for black. You intended to hurt people from a minority group. Your purpose was for that. But at the end of the day, I already know that white women benefit mostly because of DEI, even though our ancestors had to die for that, march for that, dogs chased on them for that, cops beating on them for that, hung for that. Y'all get to eat off our civil rights. And when I look at the news, I look at what's going on. Not too many white people, not too many are talking about that, even though they exist off of that. You know, and again, there are those that do talk about it, and that is going to be praised because that is good. As a community, whether we're white, black, or Hispanic, or Asian, we should be in unity to stand against anybody that's trying to divide our government, to make it into an oligarchy or into a dictatorship. We should all come together and fight together. This is a new era. We should have all lives matter. It's important because it's a threat coming for our democracy. As for the woman, what can we say? Go talk to the people that voted for Trump. Go scream at the people that knew your peoples was getting deported. You probably yourself was voting for Trump, or you was for him and you wasn't going to vote for a black woman because you, whatever reason. I think it's jealousy that a black woman is that intelligent and that she's that strong and she can dress really nice, that melanin is popping, and I think it's a little bit of jealousy. You can't stand to see her winning, and so you wasn't going to help her win. But that's the woman that helped you in. That's the woman that's a part of Biden's administration that helped you come here and would have helped you stay here, raise your family here, create generational wealth here. But you on the woman that was going to help you. So don't talk to us. Don't look for us. Go holler at those over there that voted for Trump. Go holler at the border czar. Let me know what y'all think about it. Leave your comments. Don't expect us to do anything for you. Stop dragging us into your stuff. And don't bring your fingers over here. Go point those fingers over there to your own people. Point them over there. To yourself. Somebody. Hit that thumbs up. Like this video. Subscribe. Stay tuned. Because we got more to come. Peace.